Jesus and juice. Hey, Jesus and juice. Hey. Hey, welcome to day 11 of Jesus and Juice. And to kick off this week, we're just going to be going a little deeper into what alcoholism is and what alcohol addiction or alcohol abuse is. A lot of people don't know the difference between the two. Really, they both connote, negative impacts on a person's lifestyle, but they really have these little and subtle differences that are very important to note. They can help you to understand and to determine what steps you need to take in order to live a sober and healthy lifestyle. So let's get into it. Alcoholism is basically alcohol dependence. It's characterized by a physical and psychological need to drink alcohol in order to function. So basically, you depend on alcohol to function in your day-to-day life. Here are some of the signs of being an alcoholic. Number 1, tolerance is one of the key signs that you are growing into an alcoholic. Let me explain. Tolerance is basically when you drink more alcohol in order to achieve the same mind-altering effects that it used to give you. The more alcohol you drink, the more your body gets used to the effects. So you end up in a kind of state where you're chasing the effect that it used to give you because you just keep increasing tolerance. You get to a point where alcohol doesn't faze you so much, so you have to increase the amount of intake in order to achieve the effect that it used to give you. Sign number 2, withdrawal. You find yourself actually exhibiting physical manifestations of withdrawal from alcohol if you go certain long periods of time without consuming it. It could be things like, shivers, it could be chills, it could be insomnia, it could be just, your body acting a certain way out of normal simply because you haven't taken in any form of alcohol. In severe cases, it can move to hallucinations, it can move to severe seizures. So whenever you start manifesting certain symptoms like these, do know that you are very close or you actually have already entered the stages of being an alcoholic. Sign number 3 is compulsion, which is popularly known as cravings. Need I explain? You find yourself just craving to drink alcohol even when you don't need to. And, if you constantly feed these cravings, you'll eventually find yourself in a position where you drink and you're unable to stop because you actually are not silencing what is these cravings in your body. Constantly subjecting yourself to alcohol when your body says you need to take it is not a good way to handle it. That's why when people are in addiction recovery, one of the biggest fights that they go through is cravings because their body is telling them you need to feed me alcohol, but it is a battle between the mind and the body. The mind is telling them you don't need to drink alcohol, but the body is constantly persisting to tell them that they do. So whenever you feel the cravings coming in, know that alcoholism is knocking at the door. Many people are actually functioning alcoholics. These are people who consistently consume alcohol, but maybe they're able to keep a job, or maybe their success in their life is an excuse for their behavior. So people look at them and they're like, what, I can continue to drink and my life is normal, is good. I mean, look at that guy. He's got a good car, he's got a good job. I mean, I can hold it down just like he can. And this is a problem because when people overlook alcoholism at this stage, it eventually leads to something much worse, which is alcohol addiction and abuse. Now, alcohol abuse and addiction is a stage you never want to get to. I ended up getting into that stage, and looking back, listen, that is a dark place you do not want to get to. Alcohol abuse and addiction is characterized by, it's where you get into a pattern of drinking that has significant and adverse and negative effects on your life but you're indifferent to it, okay? There's repeated problems with the law. You could be having problems maintaining relationships, be it family, be it friends, be it your person of interest, be it, your wife or your husband. It's just, it's a mess. Your life is up in flames, but you know what? You're indifferent to it, and you're like, I know, things aren't right in my life, but I just need a drink. Okay, and it's a very, very dangerous place to go. And it's not even characterized by the amount of alcohol you drink or how often you drink. No matter the frequency of how much you drink, as long as there are negative effects in your life, visible negative effects and consequences of alcohol in your life, but you're not doing anything about them, that is alcohol addiction and abuse. Over the next couple of days, we are going to be discussing the causes of alcoholism and alcohol addiction and the effects that it has in your life. I will specifically be using my journey and my testimony, hoping that maybe you will be able to be blessed and to pick something from it so that you do not end up like Che. Keep it Jesus and juice. Shalom.